answers for the highest common factor, lowest common multiple from week 1. Let's look at the first question. So the first sentence is setting the scene. It tells us that the phones go off at 6:45 a.m. and they sound together. We know that Tom's alarm is going off every 9 minutes. So I'm going to write out my 9 times table. It's really good practice to know your times table, or at least be able to write them out. I'm running out of space, so I'm going to stop. I might need some more. Amy's alarm sounds every 12 minutes, so I'm going to write out my 12 times table. And I stop when I get a match. Then it asks, at what time will both alarms sound together? So the alarms went off at 6:45. They'll go off at the same time again 36 minutes later. So when I add these two numbers together, I get 81. Now that doesn't work on time because it only goes up to 60 minutes. So I'm going to take those 60 minutes and it becomes the next hour. So the time that I have will be 7:21 a.m. Remember, it went to 81 minutes, which isn't possible. So I used 60 of them to add on the next hour, and then I had 21 minutes left. Question 2. So Caroline's making some table decorations, and each one comes from a candle and a holder. We know she buys some candles and some holders, but we don't know how many. It tells us there's 30 candles in a pack. So we're going to start by writing out our 30 times table. And I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to write out my 18 times table. So I'm going to add 10, 46, then add 8. I'm going to add 10, 64, and then add 8. Add 10, 82, and then add 8, 90. And that takes practice. You can write it out as a column addition if you want, as long as you are producing a sequence. I'm stopped because I've got the same number in both rows, so that I know that she needs 90 candles. Now it's asking how many packs of candles. 1, 2, 3. How many packs of holders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 packs of holders. Now the next part of the question asks how many table decorations can Caroline make? She can make 90 table decorations. Right, let's look at question number 3. We've got a bus leaving every 24 minutes. We're going to write out our 24 times table. So we're going to add 20, which makes 44, and then add 4, 48. 20, 68, now add 4, 72. Add 20, 92, add 4, 96. Add 20, 116, now add 4. I'm going to stop there. Then it says every 20 minutes, so I'm going to write out my 20 times table. And I'm going to stop there because my number has repeated. It says that they leave together at 9 o'clock in the morning, and when will they leave at the same time again? So it's 120 minutes. Now we know 120 minutes will be 60 minutes is 1 hour, so 120 minutes is 2 hours. So 2 hours later, so it'd be 11 a.m. Question number 4. Again, we're making some cheeseburgers. We've got some packets of cheese and some boxes of burgers. And now we know there's 20 in each box. We're going to write out our 20 times table. You get marks for writing out your times table. Even if you can't get to the final answer, it is worthwhile writing out your times tables. And then you've got the 12 times table. And again, by the time you get to your exam, you'll have practiced this. And I'm going to stop because I've got a matching number. Then it asks, how many packets of cheese slices? By cheese slices at first, 1, 2, 3. And how many boxes of burgers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then it asks, how many bread rolls do they need? Well, they're making 60. Need 60 cheese slices and 60 burgers, so we're going to need 60 bread rolls. Let's move on to the next page. So we're now going to move on to question number 5. Question number 5, we've got some food for a barbecue, we've got some hot dogs, and we're going to need to make a hot dog from a bread roll and a sausage. We know there's 40 bread rolls in a pack, so I'm going to write out my 40 times table. And I'm going to stop there. Now I need to write out my 24 times table. So remember, add 20, 44, add 58, add 4, 72. I'm always looking for that match. Add 20, 92. Add 4, 96. Add 20, 116. Add 4. There's my match. How many packs of bread rolls? Bread rolls are first, 1, 2, 3. How many packs of sausages? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got the same answer as the previous question, but the only thing that's changed is the words. It was making burgers and now we're making hot dogs. Same question, same numbers, just different words. How many hot dogs can she make? She can make 120. Find the highest common factor of these 3 numbers. Now, on these 3 numbers, it's much easier if we do the factor trees. So we're going to start with 32, and we're going to divide by 2 until I can't divide anymore. So 16 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, 2, and I'm going to stop. Then I'm going to do exactly the same thing with 48. So I'm going to divide it by 2, 24, divide it by 2, 12, divided by 2, 6, divided by 2, 3. And I'm going to stop because 3 is a prime number. I can't divide it anymore. And then same with 72, divided by 2, and I'm going to get half of 70 is 35. Half of 2 is 1, so that is 36. Divided by 2, half of 30 when I partition is 15, half of 6 is 3, so it's 18. Divided by 2 is 9. I can't divide it by 2, so divided by 3 is 3, and I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to write them out. The first one, 32, is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second number, I've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. I've got 4 of them times 3. And then the last one, I've got 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. Now, these numbers here are where they're repeated in every single row. So you can see I've written them out. Every single one is repeated as a 2 times 2 times 2. So the highest common factor is the answer to 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. Right, 2 questions left to do. Let's look at the next question. Ask you to write it out as a product of prime factors. So the first thing is a prime factor tree, just like we've done. 504. Now we know it's even because it ends in number 4, so we're going to divide by 2. So we're going to do half of 500 is 250. I'm partitioning the number. Half of 4 is 2, so I know this answer is 252. Ends in a 2, so it's even. Half of 250 is 125, and half of 2, because I'm partitioning, is 1. So this answer is 126. So we're going to do half of 120 and half of 6. So it is 3. Now, can't have that number because it doesn't end in an even number, but I can see that I can divide it by 3. 3 goes into 6 2 times, 3 goes into 3 once. I can divide it by 3 and I stop because 7 is a prime number. Now I need to write it as a product, and product means we have times or multiply, as is powers, so 2 times 2 times 2 is 2 to the power of 3. 3 times 3 is 3 to the power of 2. And then we've got 7 at the end. Last question. Again, we've got some boxes of pencils, some boxes of pens. We know we've got 40 pencils, so we're going to write out our 40 times table. Not going to write out too many because that's the biggest number. And then I've got pens, which is 15 in each packet, so I'm going to write out my 30 times table, 15 times table. Apologies. So I'm adding on 15 each time, and I keep checking that top one to check to see if I've got a match. And I've got a match now at 120. Tells us there's no pencils or no pens left, so that means it's got to be exact. How many boxes of pencils? Pencils were first, and it was 40 times table, so that is 3. And then how many packs of pens? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, in each of these, you either write out your times tables or use the factor trees. Both skills are worthwhile practicing. Final point to make is product to prime factors. Write out your prime factor tree, and then you've got to put your multiplying in and your powers. Thank you very much.